Hello, Sunday school teachers. This is Pastor Cholak. This week we are covering Unit 1, Lesson 1, A Mighty Wonder. And we're looking at Genesis chapter 1 and 2, the account of God creating the heavens and the earth. Let's listen to the word of the Lord. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. And God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God made the expanse and separated the waters that were under the expanse from the waters that were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven. And there was evening, and there was morning the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit in which is their seed, each according to its kind on the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their own kinds, and trees bearing fruit in which is their seed, each according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let it be lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night, and the stars. And God set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let the birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens." So God created the great sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarm according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth, the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." And there was evening, and there was morning the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, living livestock and creeping things, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds." And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So God created man in his image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. And God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the heavens and over every living thing that moves on the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God finished the work that he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all the work that he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done in creation. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So, beautiful account of the creation of the heavens and the earth. And it would be very good to go through the days of the week with your children. So day 1, he makes the light. Day 2, he makes the expanse, the sky. On day 3, he makes the sea and the dry land and the plants. On day 4, he makes the sun, the moon and the stars. On day 5, the water creatures and the air creatures, the birds and the fish. And on day 6, the livestock and the land animals. And finally, Adam and Eve. On day 7, he stops. And that day, Sabbath, that word Sabbat in Hebrew means to stop. He doesn't need rest. We know that. He doesn't sleep or slumber, the psalmist tells us. But he does stop. He does rest in the sense that like you rest a cup on a table. Okay? And so all of these wonderful things. Of course, that 7th day beckons us to a catechism connection to the 3rd commandment. And that is, remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. That he would have us stop what we're doing and then start up something different, something new. And what is that something new? That we would receive from him. Thus, the Lutheran understanding of worship, in that we are receiving from our God. That worship for the Lutheran is a passive event where the Lord serves us. And thus, an old German word that you may want to teach your kids, Gottesdienst. And that word means God serves. And this is the character of our God, that he comes and finds us in order that we would be nourished and well kept, well filled, satisfied. Okay? So, lots tucked in there. Note one last thing before I leave you, and that is that throughout all of the things that he creates, he speaks. Let there be light, let there be, let there be, let there be. And these things happen. Okay? And evening and morning, we hear again and again those words, those familiar words of what a day is, as we learn that one day he creates light, the 2nd day he creates the sky, the 3rd day he creates plants, and so forth, right? But when he gets to Adam and Eve, he ceases the speaking and he gets up out of his throne, so to speak, and he gets down into the dirt and puts his fingers in and forms and fashions the man, as he says in this beautiful moment of a communication amongst the Trinity. Let us make man in our image and in our likeness. Okay, so we are something quite different from the animals. We are especially made in his image and in his likeness. We are made as he forms and shapes us out of the dirt. And then finally, which we will learn from Genesis chapter 2, he breathes the breath of life into us as he creates Adam and makes him a living creature. So just a nice dichotomy that we see as Moses gives us the difference between animals and humans, right? And that we are something quite different from the rest of the world. And maybe a tack onto that is the fact that to no one else does he say, have dominion over and rule over. He does say to the other creatures, be fruitful and multiply. Fill the sky, fill the sea. As he tells Adam and Eve, fill the earth and subdue it. That's the point, though. Subdue it, have dominion over it, rule it. He has a very different plan for Adam and Eve and all of their descendants, you and I, than he has for the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and the livestock and all the creeping things that creep upon the face of the earth. So lots of awesome stuff in here. Perhaps you might want to sing the Tree of Life. The tree of life, so newly made. And that from LSB is one of the hymns that we have concerning the Garden of Eden, which we really get more of in chapter 2, but nonetheless the connections there from chapter 1. All right. I hope you enjoy the study of this week's lesson, and we'll see you tomorrow.